All right, there we go. Hey, how's it going? Haven't made a YouTube video in quite a while. This is Arctis Bouchard. I'm making this on my new camera phone. But as you can see, I got my Trump shirt on. I support Trump. If you don't support Trump, there's probably not much of a point of you watching this video, unless you want me to try to convince you. But I'm just going to talk about why I'm voting for Trump. Hillary supports the TPP, which is the Trans-Pacific Partnership. There's a lot of videos on YouTube talking about the TPP. You know, basically selling our country out to the globalists, and it would basically throw the U.S. Constitution in the crapper. She's a total criminal. Benghazi, the email scandals, smashing the Blackberries with a hammer. She literally smashed like 13 Blackberries with a hammer, which is just, smashing one is a felony, and she just does multiple and she just walks away. There's rumors that she's had 6 people killed in like the last 2 months. People going to testify against her and she has them killed. And just, I can't believe it. That's just unbelievable that nobody talks about that. That's something you're not going to see on network news. Fox News, no, just forget it. You're not going to see anything like that on there. She's very ill mentally and physically. Mentally, I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, she's got the seizures going. I define her as being a chronic liar, compulsive liar. I'd be comfortable calling her that. You know, saying she can't recall and she don't remember, and she don't remember, she can't recall. But, you know, either way, she should be disqualified as president. If she does remember and she's lying, or if she can't remember, seriously can't remember, either way, that's just uncalled for. That's a disqualification right there. Like I said, the seizures, supposedly the pneumonia. Bill said it was the flu, so it's like flu, pneumonia, some kind of flu. She's got Parkinson's. I don't know if you look at her hands. She's always, I don't know, positioning her hands strangely, so you can't tell that she's got the Parkinson's. And constantly falling down. She can't stand for more than 15 or 20 minutes. There was recently that video of her at the 9/11 memorial getting sick, heat stroke or dehydration or whatever. I think she just started to spaz out and have a seizure and keel over. Like I said, the lies and the corruption is just unbelievable. I mean, she's so crooked. That's why Donald Trump calls her Crooked Hillary. I mean, it's just, you go on forever about her lies, and forever. I mean, her and Bill, they've been lying and screwing people over for 40 years. I think when Bill was, he was governor of Arkansas, he had like 30 people killed. I don't know, they think they're like in the mob or something. Every time somebody goes to testify against them, they wind up dead. Of course, she's a gun grabber and a total New World Order puppet. I mean, I am not voting for Hillary Clinton. I know I made 2 videos, older videos from about a year ago, criticizing Donald Trump. I'm going to leave those videos up. I'm not going to take those down. I'll get onto those. I'll talk more about that in a minute. And Johnson Weld. I did like Gary Johnson from the start. I even endorsed him for a short while. But he kind of lost me. The guy's, he's kind of pussified, kind of a dipshit. Like I said, he supports the TPP like Hillary. I mean, he supports the TPP, supports BLM, which is basically just a great big racist divide and conquer movement pushed by George Soros to start a race war. He's ignorant. I mean, he's going to be a world leader and he doesn't know about Aleppo. He thought it was like initials for something. I, at least, without Google, I knew it was a city like, I either thought it was in the Middle East or I thought it was in Eastern Europe. But I Googled it and it was a city in Syria. But he should know these things. He's got to be president. He should have like a list of like things that he needs to be well versed about as president. I mean, these are places we have people in there and shit. We're blowing shit up. I mean, wake up, Johnson, you dipshit. Like I say, he's ignorant, and he seems more interested in his physique and mountain climbing than he is of, governing America. I mean, I don't have a problem with somebody who's physically fit, but go climb a mountain or something. If you like climbing, go be a mountain climber. Go be a mountaineer. You don't need to be destroying things in Washington. And dogs outside. Listen to. Gee whiz. And he's running with Weld. Weld is a die-hard gun grabber. Hardcore gun control. He called handguns more dangerous than automatic rifles. Okay, first of all, neither are dangerous. People are dangerous. I mean, where's my pen? I mean, I could take this pen and come on. I mean, you can make a weapon out of anything. They want gun control so they can have complete control. Okay, they want total subserviency. They want, total laying down like a dog, taking it from whatever it is they want to give you. I said, Weld is a hardcore gun grabber, and both Johnson and Weld, they just look like these trendy, like douchebags, real sophisticated. A couple of douchebags. I can't relate with people like that. And Jill Stein, she seems like a nice person, but she's basically a hardcore socialist. Sanders, I think he backed Hillary, maybe like on TV or something, but I've heard too that he's backing Jill Stein. I think he has to back Hillary. I suppose if he doesn't back Hillary, she'll have him off like everybody else. But I'm pretty sure she's backed by Jill Stein is backed by Bernie Sanders, who I don't support. I never supported Bernie Sanders. I always had a bad feeling about that guy from the get-go. Just totally just a lazy old dipshit career politician sellout. And of course I was right. Hillary stole the election from him, and he just bowed out and took it up the ass. He didn't say anything about it. But, she wants to put the environment first and individual rights and liberty second, if at all. She doesn't really talk much about individual liberty at all, really. I mean, if it doesn't help the trees, then it should be illegal, I guess. Is that what you do with the Green Party there? Big-time abortion supporter. Just all the way across the board. More spending, hates capitalism. She's not even impressed with Obama's bailout. She just wants more. Just raise the debt ceiling and everything. Of course, she supports BLM and the racist BLM. She's a total gun grabber. She wants Australian-style gun control, gun grabbing. Australian. They had a mass shooting in Australia, and they banned guns. The home invasions have gone through the roof. The home invasions have gone through the roof. The criminals don't give a shit. You get that? The criminals don't give a shit about your gun control or your drug laws. They don't give a flying fuck. You get that? The criminals are going to have guns. The criminals are going to get drugs. I mean, yeah, you might bust the guy occasionally, but you're wasting your fucking time. Gun control isn't going to work. I hear candidates against the Second Amendment. I mean, they're pretty much out the door. I don't even want to hear any more what they have to say. I don't know who she's running with, so it doesn't really matter because I'm not supporting her anyway. Of course, the open borders. Just open them borders up, let people up. I know I made 2 videos criticizing Donald Trump. I think one is called Donald Trump's immigration policy will fail, and the other one is Donald Trump's plan to turn America into a police state, I think. I'm going to leave them both up. You can watch them if you want to. You have to understand that I made those videos a year ago. A year ago, I supported Rand Paul. I like Rand Paul, and I like Ron Paul a lot too. But if you haven't been paying attention, all the primaries are over. It's all done, and Donald Trump's the guy that they've settled, for. Which, I mean, that's who we got. Rand Paul did say some things that I didn't like. He wants to raise the retirement age. Because I know Social Security is a socialist construct, but Social Security was originally designed by FDR. I know the guy's not what he was all cracked up to be. But it was initially meant for people 65 and older, or for people who were blind, had bad hearts or who had suffered strokes. Okay. Now the main recipient of Social Security disability are people with bad backs. Okay, I don't know. So it's already strayed so far from what it initially was for. We don't need to be raising the retirement age. I mean, I don't want a bunch of 70-year-old people sleeping out in the street because they didn't, save and invest. I mean, things happen in life. You just can't do that. Not everybody can land a job making $35 an hour. But Rand Paul seemed, other than that, I liked him a lot. If he would just shut his mouth and just say, I'm going to leave, Social Security, the retirement age as it is, he'd have really had me on board then. But, I didn't really care for that. But anyhow, like I said, he's out, Trump's in. Everybody needs to get on the Trump train. Bernie Sanders is out. Okay? Like I said, I never liked the guy anyway, but if you like Bernie Sanders, you just go vote for Trump. Hillary doesn't give a shit about you. She only cares about herself. Okay, because Trump, people talk about the Trump University, which I sent for. When Trump University first came out, 8, 10, 12 years ago, I don't remember exactly, I mailed away for the first packet of information, and I even spoke to a woman on the phone. But I was working and I was young and I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I never went through with it. So I can't really say too much about it, but I did send away for the initial packet of information, and it didn't cost me a dime. I got a big packet of all this information. I thought it was really cool, and it didn't cost me anything. Actually, it cost Trump University money on shipping to send it to me, so joke's on them on that one. But even though Trump University didn't work out, he's got a class action lawsuit going. Something about, I guess he donated money to drop the suit, and there's a bunch of things at play there. But that's just one issue. No one died as a result of Trump University not working out. He didn't have people killed because Trump University didn't work out. Hillary Clinton has had people killed. She just sat in her hands and let people die. I mean, you thought George Bush was bad on 9/11, man. Donald Trump, even including all of his bankruptcies, they make it sound like he's got thousands of bankruptcies, and Trump University not working out. He has a 98%, it's over 98, but I know it's at least a 98% business success rating, which means of all the businesses he started, he's been successful 98% of the time. That is incredible. And of course, like I said, when I made my first 2 videos criticizing Donald Trump, there was a lot of issues at play that I wasn't aware of then. Like the amount of people in the United States who are murdered and killed by illegal immigrants. The massive, the prison population. I know in California, maybe in Los Angeles, I'm not exactly sure, but it's just the amount of illegal immigrants they have in the prison system is just astronomical. It's just unbelievable. And plus, it's not Mexicans as it is Central and South Americans. A lot of people don't know that along the southern border of Mexico, they have, I don't know if it's a wall, but I think they have some kind of a heavy-duty fence or a wall or something along there. And legal Hispanic people, I think, understand that these immigrants sneaking in here illegally, like Donald Trump said, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's true. And of course, the people come over here from the Middle East. We just had a bombing in New York. Some guy let off a bunch of bombs in New York and New Jersey recently. So it's not just Hispanic people as it is people from the Middle East coming over here, and they're not good people. A majority. Of course, it's not all of them. I understand there's a lot of people who just want to come to the United States because it's the land of opportunity. I understand too there's a lot of people that want to come over to the United States so they can, victimize people, and pretty much just as soon as they walk in the front door, they want to go run to the welfare office and start cashing out. I've already donated a day's pay to Donald Trump's campaign. Whole damn day's pay. I didn't include tax or anything like that. Just straight time, 8-hour day. I've already donated it to Donald Trump, and I felt pretty damn good after I did it too. I like Donald Trump because he sounds to me like he's got balls. Everybody complains about him saying all this stupid stuff. So far, I haven't heard him say anything stupid. The only reason he says something off is because people set him up and they put him on the spot. And he is. He's a big shot billionaire, and he's got a big ego. And I think people know it, these interviewers and stuff, and they play on it. You know damn well they do. Because he's even admitted in interviews that his ego plays a big role in his decision making with his business. Business decisions that he makes, I guess. He's got balls. He's a real man, and he's not a narcissist. Right away, you're a man, you're macho, and you're tough. Okay? Right away, they want to call you a narcissist. Like he's in love with himself, or he's conceited or something. And I don't really see it like that at all. Because that seems to be kind of the social justice warriors and the feminists kind of push that. If you're a man and you're passionate about something, basically you're narcissistic. I don't know how they can even spin that like that. To call you a narcissist because you're a masculine kind of man who doesn't let people push you around. Like Hillary Clinton with the basket of deplorables remark she made. Racist, sexist, xenophobic, Islamophobic, homophobic. Okay, listen. I'm of dominantly German descent. Dominantly German. I'm like 2/3 German. Quite a lot of German. A little bit of Scandinavian. I think the other third is like Scandinavian and English. I think it's like even. But I am like a sliver of Spanish, which is very interesting. Just like barely anything, but I still think that's kind of cool. I am a little bit of Spanish, so. But anyhow, I'm dominant, as you can see. I got the blue eyes going. I got the blonde in my beard. I'm a big fat German. But do you think I would support 100,000 undocumented Germans coming into the United States? Okay, the United States has already gone to war with Germany twice. World War I, World War II, because of them damn Germans. I would never support anything like that. I don't want people coming in here. I don't know who they are. I don't know if they share our values, if they share our principles. I don't know who the hell they are. They can live next door to you. A bunch of Germans that don't speak English. You don't know what the hell they're talking about. Do you know much about German history, about the last 100 years? They don't have a real good reputation. I understand they're kind of cool now, but the actual country of Germany now, they're having a terrible problem right now with the refugee crisis. A lot of Europe is. But that's how I know that I'm not racist. It's not xenophobic. Who the hell are these people that just walk in? My family had to go through actual effort to my ancestors anyway, had to go through effort to legalize here. They came here. They didn't speak English. They came in as serfs. Do you know what a serf is? A rich guy, like a businessman, would pay for serfs to come over to the United States, and they had to work. They had to work for him. They didn't have a choice. You got that? They had to work with him until they paid off their debt. They had to come in as serfs. Okay, that's no damn picnic. It sounds like, a sophisticated way of saying they were slaves. And no one ever talks about the 3,000 black people who owned 20,000 slaves. No one talks about white slaves, that came from Ireland. They would put the black slaves and the Irish slaves on the boats and bring them over, and they would throw the Irish slaves overboard because they weren't worth as much after they got here. They're Irish, they're pasty, they can't work as fast, they get sunburnt, they can't work. So they'd throw them overboard and drown them. Nobody ever talks about that. See, that's against their interests. Nobody wants to hear about that. But yeah, it's not racist to say that I don't want Germans coming over here. It's like it's not racist saying I don't want a bunch of undocumented Middle Easterners, Syrians, Afghanis, Mexicans, Central and South Americans. It's not. It's like George Carlin said. George Carlin said he never understood ethnic or racial pride. Because I'm German. Being German isn't a skill. It's a genetic accident. It's just something that happened. It's just my luck of the my roll of the dice. It's not a skill. Being a woman, voting for Hillary because she's a woman, being a woman is not a skill. Being Hispanic isn't a skill. Being Muslim, I mean, I understand it's a little more of a choice, but you're just following the indoctrination of your parents, just like Christians do or anybody does. So Islamophobic. I mean, it's kind of difficult to say to criticize someone who's Islamophobic when you've got Islamic extremists setting off bombs and blowing stuff up and stabbing people. There's, you know, that Somalian stabber in Minnesota recently. Because it's like they said, a peaceful Muslim wants a Muslim extremist. Okay, a Muslim extremist wants to cut your head off. A peaceful Muslim wants a Muslim extremist to cut your head off. Because I don't think a lot of people understand that Islamic peace is basically you kill everyone who's not Muslim, who doesn't think like you, and then you can live in peace. That, I don't know, that doesn't really work for me. I enjoy my head being attached to my shoulders. I grow a beard because I want to have a beard. I don't have a beard for religious reasons or anything. And homophobic, which doesn't make any sense. That's just something they throw in there. Like I said, my video on, you know, a MGTOW view of LGBT in the media. Homophobic. There's been gay people since the beginning of time. Now, the first 10 people on Earth, one of them were gay. I think that's the average. Like 1 in 10 people are gay. I don't really get with homophobic. But okay, I got my Trump shirt on. I'm on board the Trump train. I ordered like 10 of these buttons. The thing is, right after I made those 2 videos criticizing Donald Trump, I ordered like 10 of these buttons. Like between uploading those 2 videos and endorsing Donald Trump. Because I started to stray away from Rand Paul because he quit speaking my language, and I thought Donald Trump was a little more on board with what I want. But, yeah. Is this video going to be fucking backwards? Oh well, if it is, tough shit. Mert. He's cool too. But no. It's just a mirror image. Trump, 2016. This is Arctis Bouchard. Get on the Trump train. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you later.